Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to Wild Flow with Sydney Rose. That's me. I'm Sydney Rose, here to lead you through your movement practice today. Our theme today is going to be Love Will Find a Way. It might take a year, it might take a day, but what is meant to be will always find its way. Rumi says, while the mind sees only boundaries, love sees the secret way there. So during our practice today, make sure to love yourself. Love your body, honor your boundaries, and feel out where you might be holding yourself back by setting limits over what you can or can't do. How about if we say we can? We love ourselves, and because of that, we will find a way. Let's get started. So we'll be starting our practice today with a meditation. If you're not following along with our playlist, we'll be working with a 4-4 breath. So inhaling into the chest, into the ribs, into the belly for a slow count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling from our belly, from our ribs, and from our chest, also to a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. So move those fleshy bits out of the way, sit up nice and tall, press the crown of your head up towards the sky, sideshow bob plan. Press the crown of your head up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders back and down your spine. Let your elbows be nice and nimble at your sides. Palms can be down or up. If sitting isn't comfortable for you, then lay down. That's also totally fine. We will be working with our playlist, Wild Flow 16, Love Will Find a Way. And you can go ahead and push play now. So sit up nice and tall, connect with that 4-4 breath, inhaling in through the nose, filling the chest, filling the ribs, filling the belly, and exhaling from the belly, from the ribs, and from the chest. Keep breathing this way, letting yourself be in this space as you just listen. So inhaling and exhaling. Maybe even sigh it out as you lightly blink your eyes open and start to introduce movement into your body. You know how to do this. You've done it before. We're going to start by making little circles with our ribs around our sit bones, making those circles a little bit bigger. Or if circles don't resonate with you, go ahead and move in a way that your body tells you to move. We're just getting into our intuition, giving our body what it needs to wake up and get into our practice. So making our way either side to side or forward and back, kind of sit down dancing here. We can circle out through one side or the other. You can sway side to side. Again, there's no wrong way to get into your body and connect with the music or just connect with movement, depending where you are. I do encourage you to make those movements bigger and bigger and bigger. Maybe even get your arms involved. Swaying it around, drawing shapes with your hands in the air. Maybe writing your name in cursive with your fingertips. Making circles, making waves. Waking up that spine. We're going to begin to synchronize our movements by all of us together, doing these cat-cow moves with our spine, lifting our chest forward and back. So thinking very fluid with your spine, rounding forward and pulling back. Like your spine is kelp stuck into the seafloor, rolling forward and back. And we'll bring our hands out wide to the side, bringing this movement to stillness as we roll our thumbs back, palms up towards the sky, and then thumbs roll forward, palms turned behind us. So isolating the shoulders, rolling the palms up, and rolling them down, rolling up, and exhaling down, inhaling open, exhaling down, inhaling open, exhaling down. We'll inhale, open, pull our hands way behind our back, opening up through the chest. And as we exhale, we'll round our spine, backs of the hands come to touch in front of our body, big stretch. We'll inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round the spine, backs of the hands come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, backs of the hands come together. And we'll inhale, open, right hand comes to the left knee, left hand turns behind the back, lifting through the chest and twisting to the left. We'll start a gentle spiral with the abdomen clockwise, so to the right. So spinning it out, twisting to the left. And we'll keep that spiral going as we untwist ourselves to the right. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind the back, pulling to the left. Bring those spirals to stillness as you start spiraling the other way. So spiraling counterclockwise to the left. And then we'll inhale, come back to center, come forward onto all fours, and sit back onto our heels. Our toes are pointed. So toes are pointed backwards. We're sitting up nice and tall. We'll bring our hands to hover above our chest, parallel with the ground. Little pulses through the chest here, lifting and lowering, squeezing into those shoulder blades, lifting and lower, lift, lower, lift. And then we'll go side, front, side, front, side, front, side, front, left, front, right, front. So little pulses in the chest here. And then we'll lift up onto our knees so we're in a kneeling position. Toes are pointed. We'll bring our hands to our hips, big circles with our hips here. So grounding through the knees, drawing circles with our hips, keeping our tailbone tucked under. We want our low spine nice and subtle. And then change direction. So circle out the other way. And then we'll hinge at the hips, place our hands down underneath of our shoulders, lift up our left leg like we're holding a tray. We'll reach our right hand back to hold on to that left foot, press our hand into foot, little pulses, lifting and lowering through the knee and the shoulder, lift and lower here. Keep it going, keep it going. And then we'll lower down that right hand, straighten the left leg, rainbow with the left leg. So lifting and lowering side to side. So we're lifting and lowering with that left leg. We're going to bend that left knee and bring the left knee towards the left elbow and then circle it back. So big circle outwards with the left knee. And then we'll lower that left knee down, lift the right foot like we're holding a tray, reach back with the left hand, hold onto the foot, little pulses here, lifting and lowering. Sending your body some good vibes, good intentions, deep breaths. Keep it going. And then we'll release the left hand down, straighten the right leg, rainbow with the right foot, up and over, side to side. And then we'll bend our right knee 90 degrees to the side, bring it to the right elbow, circle it back. So big circles with that right knee. And then we'll release that right knee down, flip our toes, come onto our toe stand. So we're up on our toes, our knees or our thighs are parallel to the ground. We can reach underneath, fan out the toes. Hold on to the knees, sit up nice and tall, so strong. And then we'll bring our hands to heart center in prayer. We'll open one knee at a time, bring it back to center. Left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, and we're going to open and close both at the same time. Big breaths. Here we go. Here we go. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Keep it going. Open, close, open, close, open, close. One last time. Open, close. We're going to open and leave it open, pressing into our toes. We're going to straighten our legs, heels come down, chest lifts up, coming into a standing pose. Our hands come down. We'll inhale, arms come wide, reaching up to the sky, big breath. We'll exhale, hinge at the hips, chest leads, forward fold. We'll inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, really rounding the spine as you roll up, arms come wide up to the sky, hinging at the hips, chest leads, forward fold, rounding the spine, roll up one vertebrae at a time, arms come wide, arms go up, hinge at the hips, forward fold, keep this going, rolling up, rolling down, arms wide up, and fold. Roll up, arms wide and up, exhale, fold down, rounding up, tucking the tailbone under, one vertebrae at a time, comes up, arms wide and up, hinging at the hips, folding down, rolling back up. And one last time, roll up, and we'll sit back into our chair, hands at the heart, tick the hips side to side, so tick-tock, shortening through the obliques as we lift, one hip at a time toward the ribs. We're in our chair, our hips are tick-tocking side to side. Keep it going. Tick tock, tick tock. And then we'll plant into our right foot, pull our left knee into our chest, big stretch, straighten up, rolling out through the left ankle. So big circles here. And then we're going to hinge at the hips forward, sending that left leg back, coming into a warrior three or a wide-armed airplane pose. And we're going to reach our arms back, and we're going to swoop them forward, back so the hands come to touch. Fly those hands back, palms touch behind the back, bringing the backs of the hands up, back, hands go back, palms together behind the back. One last time, hands come forward, backs of the hands come to touch, bending at the right knee, hands go down, foot goes way up, standing split, pulsing the left knee into the right. So little pulses here, left knee into the right knee, straighten and pulse. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. We'll step that left leg over to the right side, roll up the shoulders to a curtsy lunge, little pulses here. We can clap the hands up top as we pulse. So we're lunging, cross-legged, down, up. So clap the hands as you straighten. You've got this. Hands come down to the hips, hinging at the hips, chest comes to the knee. Hands reach for the floor, left leg goes high, bending into the left knee. We'll step our left foot right in front of our right, so our heel is lined up with our toes. And we'll slide that right foot back about 1 foot length, straighten through both legs. We'll lift our chest parallel to the floor and swing our arms forward and back. So into a balance beam pyramid pose. Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Grounding down into that left foot, keeping it in front of the right. We'll slowly begin lifting the right leg up, coming into our airplane on this side. Nice and strong through that standing leg, making sure your toes are spread out wide. And then we'll bring our palms together behind our back. Big breath. Exhale, hands go forward, backs of the hands come to touch above the head. Fill yourself with breath. Exhale, hands come back, palms together. Inhale, arms come up, backs of the hands together. Exhale, palms of the hands together behind the back. So moving your hands through space forward, backs of the hands come together. Exhale, palms come together behind the back. Bending the left knee, reaching the hands down. We'll lift and lower through that right leg, bending our knee into the back of our knee. So kicking it up, bending it in. Reach up and bend, up and bend, up and bend, up and bend. Stepping that right leg over to the left, we'll roll our shoulder blades up. Straightening, clap. Straighten, down, straighten. Straightening through the legs, reaching up with the hands. You can clap at the top or not. Reaching, reach, reach, reach. And last time, bending our knees down, hands come to the hips. Right foot comes to step in front of the left. Toes to heels. So like you're walking a balance beam, feet in line, and then we're gonna slide that left foot back one foot length, keeping our legs straight. We hinge at the hips, our back is parallel to the floor, swinging one arm at a time forward, so arms go forward and back. Little pulses through the chest or through the back, lifting. Keeping those toes wiggling. And then we're going to reach both hands down, bending deep into the right foot, stepping our right foot back, coming into a plank pose. So we're going to lower down one elbow at a time. So right elbow, left elbow, and then we're going to straighten right arm, straighten left arm. You can also do this from your knees. Lower right elbow, straighten right elbow, straighten left. So down, down, up, up, elbow down, arm straight, arm straight. You're so strong. Keep it going. The love you have for your body believes in you. Keep pushing. Elbow down, elbow up, and straighten. Hips come back, downward facing dog. Ground that dog down, grounding down through your heels. Give your booty a shake. Shake your jiggly bits. Breathe. We're going to keep that shake going as we look up between our hands and transfer our weight forward, coming into a shaky plank, so still grounding down through your heels. And we're going to ground one knee at a time down to center. So right knee to the floor, left knee to the floor. Right, left. So little twist in the lower body as you do this. Right, left, right, left. Keep it going, walk it out. Left, right, left, right, left. Knees come wide, toes point, hips come back. Child's pose. Tent those fingers. Shimmy your chest side to side, drawing a nice figure 8 with your heart here, or infinity sign. Lifting and lowering one side at a time. Keep it going, right where you are. And we're gonna make this movement bigger. So way up on your fingertips, big figure 8s with the shoulders here. Lifting to one side, then the other. And we'll change direction. So now we're scooping with the shoulders side to side. Nice. Well done. And we'll bring that to stillness, crossing the left arm over the right. We'll reach the right hand way over to the right side, pressing down into the left armpit towards the floor. So a nice side stretch happening here in your intercostal muscles, or the muscles between your ribs. Big breaths, fill yourself up. And then we'll cross our right hand over our left, all the way over, reaching that right arm as far over to the left as it can go, and then reaching the left arm over, pressing down into the right armpit towards the floor. Big breath, breathing into your ribs here, huge stretch. And then we'll walk our hands back to center, sit back on our heels, roll up one vertebrae at a time, take our fists, knock the floor with our hands or towards the floor. Take our cat claw hands, so rolling the fingertips down to the palm of the hand, rolling out the wrist. So big circles here. Change direction. Take your hang loose hands or shaka hands with your thumb and pinky out. Give them a shake. And then shake out your arms one at a time as you move your body side to side. So whatever hand you're shaking is pushing your body to the other side, like you're a little fish or something, pedaling side to side. And we're slowly going to keep this movement going as we move our body side to side. So thinking S shapes with the body, letting the chest lead the way for the hips. And we'll flip our toes, and we'll keep this movement going. Send our hips back, lift our knees, come to stand, shake it out right side. So right hand, right foot, shake it out, plant it down. Left hand, left foot, shake it out. Both arms and your hips, shake it out. Get your shoulders involved. Lift one leg at a time. We're shaking our whole body side to side. Shake it out. Yeah. And then we'll get a little run going, lifting those knees, lift, lift, lift. Going in a circle to the left. Keep it going, and we'll circle to the right. Nice. And we'll step our feet wide. Inhale, arms come way up So turning sideways on your mat or putting your feet on the floor. Either way, our feet are wide, our toes are pointed forward, our arms are coming way up with an inhale, and we're exhaling, hinging at the hip, forward fold. We'll inhale, lifting the chest for flat back, and we'll exhale, fold it down, tucking thumbs into opposite elbows, figure 8 with the elbows here, side to side, sway it out. Keep breathing. And then we'll release our hands, hold our back parallel to the floor, scoop up good energy from the earth, tap it into our chest. So scoop and tap. So lifting and lowering through the upper body as you scoop, tap it into your heart, tap it out. Nice. And then we're going to reach our left hand over to the right as we turn our right toes to the side. We'll plant down our left hand, bringing our left knee through that space between our hand and our foot and kicking it out to the side. So one more time, we reach over to the left over to the right with our left hand, bring that left foot through, kick it through, hover, bring it back, come back up to standing. On the other side, we reach our right hand over to the left, turn that left toe out, bring that right knee through, and kick it through, and bring it back. So we're going side to side with this. Left hand over to the right side, right toes turn out, bringing that left knee through that opening, kicking it to the side, bringing it back, and out. Transferring over to the other side. You can do this in many, many, many steps. If you need to, you can sit right down to do it. Just working with your own body. We're going side to side, left foot, right side, bringing it back up to wide-legged forward fold, right hand to the right side, right foot kicks through to the left side, and back. One last time each side, and then I'll leave you alone. Left foot over to the right side, bring it back up, right hand over to the left side, right foot, to the left side, and bring it back. We'll bring our hands to our hips. We'll inhale, lead with our chest, lifting all the way up. We'll squeeze our elbows behind our back, so we're wide leg, staying where you are, squeezing your elbows back. We look up, and we'll fold forward. So again, thinking very fluid with the spine rolling up, keeping those elbows back. And then when you get to the top, rolling down. And lift all the way up, rolling up. And rolling down. And rolling up. And again, rolling down. And rolling back up. Next time we roll down, we're going to stay there, reaching for the top of our mat, stepping ourselves into our plank. We're going to look up between our hands, lift our right leg up, little pulses here. So 3-legged plank, pulsing our right leg up. We're going to bend our right knee in underneath of our heart, bend our elbows to tap our knee to the ground, and then straighten. So push-ups here, lowering your knee down to the floor, and push-ups back up. Before stepping the right foot to the right thumb, lowering the left knee down, pointing that left toe, our left hand stays, our right hand reaches up and forward. And we'll cycle it like we're doing a front crawl. So cycling, front crawling through that right arm, leading the elbow drags back and the arm reaches forward. Elbow drags back, arm reaches forward. Elbow drags back, inhale it forward, exhale it back, inhale it forward, exhale it back. One last time, inhale it forward. This time when we exhale it back, we're going to turn our body over to the right side. So left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. We're twisting, we're over the right leg. And we're reaching our right arm towards the back. Left arm also pointed. So left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Got lint, that's my favorite. Reaching both arms towards the back. Little pulses with the right arm, lifting and lowering here. So both hands are pointed towards your right foot. Left elbow is used as leverage on the right knee, lifting and lowering through the right arm. And then next time we lift our right arm, we'll leave it there, unhooking our left elbow. We'll turn ourselves to the front. We'll inhale, both hands come up, lifting our chest towards the sky. We'll exhale, hinge at the hips. Hands come down on the inside of the right foot, pressing the hips down and forward here. Little pulses, opening and closing with the right knee. Coming into dragon. So opening and closing here. Keep breathing. And we'll release that right foot and slide it back, but instead of sliding it back on the right side, we're going to cross it in front of the left, sitting back into our Gomukhasana or our cow face pose. So our knees are stacked on one another. We're reaching down for our feet. We're giving them a nice massage, so using your thumb knuckles to rub out the arches of the feet. Sitting up nice and tall, crossing your legs as much as you can, but doing a nice massage from your heel out to your toe with the knuckle of your thumb. So rubbing out those arches. And then, okay, so our right leg is over top of our left. We're going to reach our left hand over to the left side. Use our right hand as momentum to stand up, keeping our feet exactly where they are, turning all the way around and sitting down so that our left leg is on top of our right. So again, that was just a big circle to the left. We were here, we walked over to the left, straighten our legs. Come back over to the right leg on top now. Nice foot massage here. And then we're going to turn to the right, planting down the left foot and stepping it back, coming to our plank. So if you're at the back of your mat right now, that's okay. You can turn around or stay right where you are at the back. We're going to tick-tock our hips side to side here, as we lower down onto our forearms and do that hip tick-tock even more. So it's more like a hip rainbow, lifting and lowering here. You've got this. You can do this from your knees. Again, choose your own adventure. We're tick-tocking our hips side to side before we come back to stillness and then step our arms up for a full plank. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog, shake it out. Grounding down through those heels, walking your feet a little bit closer and then a little bit wider. So taking a wide-legged down dog, shaking it out. And we'll look up between our hands, planting into our right foot. We'll lift our left leg up, transferring our weight forward. We come to a three-legged plank with our left leg lifted. We're going to bring our left knee in towards our chest, bending our elbow. We'll do our little push-ups, lowering our knee down to the mat. So little push-ups here, lifting and lowering. I got foot dirt on my thumb, go figure. Lifting and lowering through your knee. And then we'll step that left foot forward up to the left toe, or left thumb, sorry. Lower down the right knee, point the right toe. We'll inhale, lift ourselves up, looking up between the hands, reaching the hands towards the ceiling. Big stretch. And we'll exhale, hinge at the hips. Right hand reaches for the ground. Left arm reaches way up to the sky and then forward in front. We're going to do that front crawl movement here. So big breath, fill yourself up. As you exhale, the elbow pulls back towards the ribs, and then inhale, the right arm comes forward. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, elbow pulls 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 back. Inhale, forward. One last time. Exhale, elbow pulls back. This time we're going to leave our left arm back, and we'll bring our right arm on the outside of our left leg, reaching both hands first towards the ground, but then we're going to push that right elbow into the left knee and turn that right hand back so it's pointed back towards the left foot. We'll take our left hand, also reach it back towards the left foot, so we're towards the right foot. So we're big twisting and we're little pulses lifting and lowering through the left arm. Big breaths. Keep it going. And then we'll release our elbow from our knee, twist our hands back in front of us. We inhale, lift them up to the sky. Oh, my knee jolted. Lift them up to the sky and exhale, hands come down on the inside of the back, inside of the left leg, opening and closing through the left knee here. So flapping your dragon wing. If your back knee is sore, you can always double up your mat or get a pillow or a blanket or press into your foot and lift your knee up off of the mat. Otherwise, we're going to slide our left foot back. Knees come wide. This time we're going to also take our feet wide and turned outward. So we're slide, or we can turn, let's do this. Let's turn to the left. So we're on the wide side of our mat. We're taking our knees wide and our feet wide into a 90 degree. So our thighs go 90, our shins are 90, and our foot is 90, coming into a frog leg pose. You're welcome to get a bolster or a pillow and put it below your hips. Otherwise, we're lowering our elbows down. We're sliding, pressing gently, gently, gently into our hips, pressing them back until we feel this stretch and we're breathing here. Big breath. Filling yourself up. And exhale, let it go. Nice. Keep breathing. And nice and slowly press your hands underneath of your chest. Bring your knees back towards center. Keep turning to the left, coming back to the top of your mat. If you were already there, then disregard what I said. We're going to lower our hips down onto the mat, lower our forearms and our elbows underneath of our shoulders, coming into a Sphinx pose. We're going to bend both knees and we're going to windshield wiper those knees side to side. So massaging out through the quads, through the front of the legs, side to side. And keep breathing. And we'll straighten our legs, elbows come wide, resting our left cheek on the mat. We're going to take our hands to our sides, resting the tops of our arms tops of our hands on the ground, filling ourselves with breath, expanding our back up towards the sky, and exhaling fully, sigh it out. Inhale fully. Exhale, sigh it out. Next inhale, we'll lift our cheek up off of the mat, turn our head over to the right or to the left. Same thing. Inhale, breathe fully. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Next inhale, we'll lift our chin up, rest our chin on our mat, opening through our throat, bringing our hands underneath of our shoulders. We'll squeeze our elbows towards our body. We'll flip our toes, pressing them strongly into the mat. We'll inhale, fill ourselves up, and then exhale, push the ground away, coming to a push-up, and then bending at the hips, sending them high. We come to a downward facing dog. And we'll slowly begin to walk our feet up the center of our mat like we're walking a tightrope here, heel to toe, coming all the way up to the top of our mat. Staying right there, fold forward. Peace fingers can come to grab onto the big toes, knees or nose to knees. Elbows come wide, pulling yourself for a nice forward fold, stretching through the posterior chain of the body. So the back of the body from the heels all the way up to the hips and then all the way to the back of the neck. Tucking the chin here, getting a nice, beautiful stretch happening. And then we'll sit our hips back nice and far. Inhale, our hands come up the shins to the top of the knees as we slowly lift our chest and then straighten up, coming to stand in our Tadasana pose or our mountain pose. So feet come hip width distance, which is 2 fists, measured between the great toes. Standing up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back, hands come forward. So palms are facing forward, elbows are close to the body. Our crown of our head is pressed up towards the sky, chin is tucked, neck is long, shoulders are down away from the ears. Check in with your floating ribs, make sure they're not splaying, pulling them in gently. Check in with your tailbone, make sure it's not turned out too much, tuck it under slightly, engaging through the abdomen. Pulling up into Mula Bandha, so the perineum floor, so engaging like a Kegel or a taint squeeze. So pulling up through that as you pull your belly button in and up the spine. So when we're pulling our belly button in, we're not actually sucking our belly in, it's more like an engagement. So we're pressing our belly outwards, actually. So we press our belly button out and then pull it up. So that's in and up is not a suck in, it's more like a press out and then pull up. So engaging through the core, we are so strong. Our knees aren't locked or hyperextended, they're slightly bent. We're actively pulling our legs together as we squeeze them, or pulling them apart as we squeeze them together. We are active all the way from our toes up to the top of our head. Every single muscle, it's doing its job. Our toes are gripping the mat. We are so tall. You are a mountain. Ta-da! Sana. So big breath, filling your chest, filling your ribs, filling your belly. And exhaling from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. One more time, we're inhaling into our chest, into our ribs, into our belly. And we're exhaling from our belly, from our ribs, and from our chest. Keeping this activation going, we're going to start to ground down through our heels. So lifting and lowering, we're kind of pressing our heels into the mat. So we're tapping our heels, which is getting our jiggly bits jiggling. We want this to happen. This is like a rebound or being on a trampoline. It's going to get our lymphatic fluid flowing. We want this to happen. We want our body to get rid of what's not serving it and ground it down into the ground. So keep this going. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Grounding it down. Letting it go. Opening your heart. Staying with your breath. You can exaggerate your breath here. Keep it going. Do it on purpose. Every time your heels strike the ground, you are grounding your energy. You are aligning your magnetism. You're moving your lymph. You're doing it right. Keep breathing. Ground it down for the last time, taking a moment to let go of all the muscle holds you are holding while you feel what your body feels like now. We're going to inhale, bring our fingertips together at our pubic bone. Inhale, moving our fingertips all the way up to our heart, pausing here to make a heart with our fingers, and we'll exhale, palms lead as we point down. So we'll flip our palms up, fingertips together. Inhale, bring it up. Flip our hands, make a heart, and then exhale, press the palms down, fingers lead to the pubic bone. So flip the hands, fingertips together, inhale all the way up to the heart, flip the hands, make a heart with the fingers, and then exhale, press down. One last time, flip the hands, inhale up to the heart, flip it, make a heart, and then exhale, press the palms down, pointer fingers together. We're going to shake it out, take a wiggle. Maybe wiggle the knees. Let's just all do that. We'll open and close through the knees. Open, close as we move side to side. Knees open, knees close. And we'll ground down into our left leg as we bring our right foot close to our ankle. And we'll inhale, lift it up above the knee. Press the sole of the foot into the thigh, coming into our tree pose. So hips are open. Hands can stay here or they can come to heart center. They can make a heart with your fingers. They can make an upside down heart with your thumbs. You can open your hands wide. You can lift your hands up to the ceiling. We'll fill ourselves with breath as we stay in our tree. And I double dog dare you to start swaying your tree because maybe it's a little windy in your forest. We're using those stabilizer muscles to keep us straight and strong. We're using our coordination and our balance. We're challenging it here. So go ahead, sway in the breeze, side to side. You might come wiggle wobble. And then all together we'll bring our left arm up as our right hand goes down, reaches for the inside of our left thigh. So it's behind our back, behind our bum, reaching towards our thigh. Big breath. And then as we exhale, we'll tip over to the right as we slide our right hand down our left thigh. Big breath. We'll bend our left arm, give ourselves a pat on the back, hold it here. Big breaths. And then we'll inhale, come back up through center, arms come wide, hands come to heart center, crossing that right leg over the left, reaching the foot down to the floor so our legs are crossed. We'll inhale, lift up with our chest, and exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. So legs wrapped, forward fold. Breathing here. And then we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, uncross our legs, bending down through our knees, give it a wiggle. And we'll ground down into our right foot. Left leg comes over, meets the ankle, nice and slowly bending the left knee up and stepping our foot onto our thigh. So if your foot can't stay on your thigh, you can put it above or below the knee or kickstand it on the ground. Again, as always, Wild Flow is a choose your own adventure practice. We're just here to move our bodies and have fun. Participation. So our hips are pressed forward. We are nice and tall. Left thigh is open. Left knee is open to the left side. Sitting up here. Hands come to heart center. Filling ourselves with breath. Gripping the mat with our right toes. Keep breathing. Again, you can make your heart hands with your fingers. You can make heart hands with your thumbs. You can stay in prayer. You can open your arms wide, or you can open for a full tree pose, where I double dog dare you to let a little breeze move through your branches as you sway side to side. You are so strong. You created excellent roots to hold you through the worst storms. Your love for yourself will find its way for the fullest expression of everything your life is meant to be. Keep moving. Always trust. Working with these muscles in your body to keep you strong and stable and adaptable. And all together, no matter where we are, we're going to come upright, reaching our left hand behind our back for the inside of our right thigh. Our right arm comes up way high, big breath. And then we'll exhale, slide the left hand down the right thigh as we reach our right hand over to the left. Keep breathing. You're so strong. Trust. And bend that right elbow. Reach it for the space behind your heart. Give yourself a pat on the back. Keep breathing. And we'll inhale, open up. Arms come wide. Releasing that left foot, crossing it in front of the right. We'll inhale, lift our chest. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Chest leads, forward fold. And if we're not there, stepping up to the top of our mat, toes together, heels apart, scooping down underneath of our bum. We'll inhale, lift up into our chair pose, tiny little pulses. So interlacing the thumbs, palms together, little pulses into our chair. And we'll keep those pulses going as we lift up onto our toes. Little pulses in our chair, slowly lower and lower and lower, lowering our hips down to meet our ankles as we reach our hands down beside our body. We pull our knees into our chest, we pull our chin to our knees, and we roll back. We're going to roll 3 times. 2, 3. And then we're going to lay down onto our back, let our head rest on the mat, pulling our knees into our chest. Ooh, ponytail. Breathing here, filling ourselves up. Lifting our head up off of the mat, we'll pull our nose towards our knees, gentle rock side to side here, massage out the back. It worked really, really hard today. All good things. And then we'll open our knees wide, bringing our hands to hold our feet, either peace fingers on the big toe or hands holding the pinky toe edge of our feet. We'll lay our head back down as we press our feet up towards the sky, pulling our knees back to our armpits, gentle rocking side to side. And we'll release our feet down. Right foot comes down underneath of the right hip. I definitely put my ponytail in the wrong spot today. All right. Left knee crosses over the right. Arms open wide. A big breath, lifting your hips over to the left slightly. We'll tip our knees over to the right. So a cross leg twist, big breath. Keep breathing. And then we'll bring those knees back up, lift the hips, lower them down, open feet together, knees apart, laying the feet down, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana or supine butterfly or on your back butterfly. We'll bring our hands to our inner thighs and gently press them open. Big breaths. Keep breathing. We'll take our hands to the outside of our thighs, press our knees up, back together. Take the right leg, cross it over the left, lift the hips up and over to the right, arms come wide, knees fall over to the left side, twist here. Big breath. Keep breathing. And then nice and slowly, we'll bring those knees back up to center. Lift the hips, lower them back down. Uncross the legs, taking the feet wide this time. We'll drop one knee at a time. into center. So windshield wipering your knees one at a time, dropping them in, getting that internal rotation at the hip. And then we'll bring the knees back to stillness, lifting the chin up off of the mat, pressing the belly down into the ground, taking the hands behind the shoulders. We'll pull our knees up so they're above our hips. One elbow at a time, twist to opposite knee. So we're mountain climbing / pedaling it out, elbow to knee, twisting side to side like you're pedaling a bike, and doing a twist at the same time, engaging through the belly. Keep breathing. And we'll pull both knees into the chest as we lower our head down. Figure out this ponytail of mine. Lower our head down comfortably onto the mat, grounding our hands down underneath of our hips. We're going to roll our knees towards our nose, lifting our hips up off of the mat and lower it back down. So lifting and lowering, down, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Next time we lift, we're going to stay there in our shoulder stand, so supporting the low back with the hands, keeping them lifted, keeping the gaze up towards the sky. We're going to straighten our legs up into the air for a full waterfall, and then begin your very most graceful synchronized swimmer moves as you move the legs around in space here. Again, there's no wrong way. We're just moving our legs, holding our body up with our shoulders, not moving our head side to side, holding onto our hips with our hands, pedaling it out, rolling out through those ankles, maybe wiggling those toes. And then nice and slowly, we'll bring that to stillness, reaching for a full plow. The feet go above the head, hands plant down on the ground, and slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time, bringing your face with it, doing a forward back roll on the spine, until finally letting yourself rest down into your final resting Shavasana. So stretching your legs wide, letting your hands take up room. Filling yourself with 3 big breaths on purpose. Filling your chest, filling your ribs, filling your belly, and exhaling from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. Inhale into your chest, your ribs, and your belly, and exhale from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. One last time, inhaling into your chest, your ribs, and your belly, and exhaling from your belly, from your ribs, and from your chest. Eyes closed, body relaxed, breathing normal. Let yourself settle into the earth as you rest here. you make any movements, reconnect with your breath, filling your chest, filling your ribs, filling your belly, and sighing it out through your mouth with an ha breath. And again, fill yourself up. And sigh it out. And nice and slowly begin to reintroduce movement in your fingers and your toes. Maybe even curling your lips into a gentle smile before taking your hands overhead and taking a big stretch. And then gently rolling onto your right or your left side. Pausing here for your heart to catch up. And then gently pushing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Moving those fleshy bits out of the way to sit up nice and tall. Genuinely checking in with yourself. How are you feeling now? There's no wrong answer. Hopefully it's good. And if it's not, hold yourself here in love. And I promise the good will come. So curling those lips into a gentle smile, taking a moment to close your practice with gratitude. And then gently, either blinking your eyes open or keeping them closed, we'll inhale, our arms come wide to the side, lifting up as we raise our gaze. We pause here in exaltation and gratitude for our life, for our breath, for our air, for our clean water, and our beautiful planet. Before exhaling, bringing our prayer hands down to our third eye at the center of our forehead, where we pause here and remember to always think loving thoughts. We'll fill ourselves with breath, and as we exhale, we'll bring our hands down to our voice center at our throat and our lips, where we always remember to speak loving words. And all together, one last time in this practice today, we'll fill ourselves with breath and bring our hands down to our heart center, where we always remember to act and do with love. Thank you so much for joining me in our Wild Flow practice today. I hope you feel wiggled and excited for what's coming next, remembering to let your heart guide you, let love guide you, and you will not be steered wrong. I see you. Namaste.